Welcome back. This is an Alex homework video of using the periodic table to identify similar elements. So one of the neatest and most useful things the periodic table does is by setting things in order, you can look just by where it's positioned on the periodic table, and you can compare two elements and how similar they are chemically, whether they react with the same things, whether they don't, whether something's going to have like a high melting point or a low melting point. So many things can be derived just from the locations of where they are in the periodic table. The more you use the periodic table, the more information you understand is actually contained in it. It's pretty cool. So this is, I think, a very hard question because you're going to have to understand something to answer this question. So let me start by kind of telling you a couple things in terms of like each other, similar. Two elements are similar if they're both, say, metals. Two metals are more similar to each other than a metal and a non-metal. Okay, so anything to the left of the periodic table is going to be a metal. Anything touching the stair step from boron to acetine, that is a metalloid or a semi-metal. And anything in the upper corner of the periodic table above the stairs is a nonmetal. So metals are more like each other than they are nonmetals. That's an easy one. More specifically and a little bit more subtly is anything in the same column or same group is going to be more similar. And it's similar in so many ways, like melting points and charges, like the valence electrons. All of those are the same in that group, and so there's so many things together. So if you can have two elements in the same group, they're going to be most similar. If you can get two metals or two nonmetals, that's similar. If you have a metal and a nonmetal, that's very dissimilar. Okay, so I know that's not very much, but let's see if that's enough to answer the question. So I've got comparing chemical formula of a compound formed with oxygen. So, yep, that was a sneeze. All right, so I need to combine all of these things with oxygen. So the first one would be calcium and oxygen. That's calcium oxide. This is an ionic bond because calcium becomes positive 2, oxygen negative 2, so this is ionic. Okay, same one here. Okay, carbon, if you combine carbon with oxygen, you could have carbon monoxide. Another one would be carbon dioxide. That's more common. It's a molecular bond, so it's sharing electrons. So this is ionic. This is covalent bonding. Barium, this is going to be ionic again. So barium is in group 2. So it's BaO, just like calcium. Ah, they're in the same group. That's interesting. Carbon is a non-metal. Calcium is a metal. Okay. Sodium is a metal, and lithium is a metal. But where are they positioned? Okay, so let's look first of all. I've got one non-metal. Sodium, first of all, is sodium, since it's in group 1, would be Na2O, and lithium Li2O. Can you see that this is one calcium, one oxygen, one barium, one oxygen? These are very similar to each other. This is a little bit different. They're still metals. They're going to be more like calcium than carbon is. Carbon is a nonmetal. So since this is a nonmetal and this is a metal, this is the least similar to calcium. Okay, which is the most similar? All three of these are metals. This is a metal. Can you see that these are more similar? So this is going to be the most similar. This one's hard. I hope you can get this in 1 or 2 shots. See me in class.